Now, I've already looked at this section. If you scroll back through the videos, it's the writing book section, but it has been so refined, and these shelves are so beautiful now. Look at that. I fit as many in as I could, side to side. Then I started building it up from underneath them, and then where I had to, there's 3 books that I put on top with other ones. It's as full, basically, as a bookcase can be, and it's all related to writing, in particular to my writing. So there's also a book on photography and a book on two-dimensional design and zine making and poetry and prose and film. There's also some things on reading and literature and art in general, but it's all connected to writing, the writing process, creating the book I've been creating. Oh yeah. But the subject of this video is going to be, how many thesauruses should a person own? I used to be thoroughly a 1 thesaurus person. Now I find myself owning 7. Let's take a look at them. All right. Now, this is the thesaurus I have always used the most. Got it back when I was 17 or 18 years old from the campus bookstore at Eastern Arizona College. The sticker on the front is from a bagel place in Boulder, Colorado, where my friend Kim Jackson was from. A friend of hers ran the place, and she brought like 1 million of them. They were everywhere at that stage in my life. But I guess this one got cut out in an idle moment. But I've always thought for a thesaurus, you don't want to use a real complex one generally, because you don't want to be saying like prestidigitation when you should just say magic or something simpler like sleight of hand. This was a recent acquisition that I got, even though I knew I had a paperback thesaurus. I was like, this is just too nice to pass up. Look at it. Shiny. Shiny is how humans, shininess is how humans ascribe value to things. This is an interesting thing you encounter. Sometimes people just don't want to say it's a thesaurus. This isn't a thesaurus. It's a collection of synonyms, antonyms, and homonyms. Words that mean the same things, words that mean the opposite, words that sound the same but mean different things. Wait, is that what a homonym is? What is a homonym? This belonged to somebody. We'll never know when it was printed. There's no way to find out. There's no way to know. 1943, 1942. It's a beautiful little book. I love it. I've used it before too. Crazy wide margins. Whoa. You gotta have books like this as a writer, for sure. This feels a little different than a typical thesaurus. Never mind, it's totally a thesaurus. I feel like I've had this one for a little while, and I've always thought of this as the big nice one that I have. I don't use as much. It's pretty. Look at this thing. 58. Same age as the Northeast Heights of Albuquerque, for the most part. I almost thought this one didn't quite belong in this list, but it is a thesaurus for features of the American West by Scott Thibony. It's a great book by the author of Burnt Water, one of my favorite books about the West. So you can look up like earthquake, aftershock, epicenter, liquefaction, quake, seismic wave, shatter belt, shave wave, shear wave, transverse wave, trembler, tremor, tsunami. Well, not quite synonyms. Still, I'm glad this is in my collection, and it's actually come in handy a time or two. I believe I read it cover to cover once or twice. It's the kind of book you can do that with. Thibony is a great National Geographic writer that I wrote to for a little while. I wrote back and forth with some letters with. Told him about my Lake Powell trip, shared some chapters. He was very cool. Okay, this is, whoa, the granddaddy of us all. Roget's Thesaurus of the English Language in Dictionary Form. Look at this thing. Whoa. Garden City Publishing Company. Look at that, a printing press. Old school. 1931. How did I end up with a giant 1931 thesaurus? See, when you get these things that are practically antiques, you can't just get rid of them. It's like, I wonder if there are more in the antique case. I don't think so. Because I recently moved out all the antique writing books to the writing section when I reorganized that section. And then look what we got here. Webster's Dictionary of Synonyms. Yeah, same thing. Why not just say thesaurus? Did someone have a copyright on that word for a while? Oh, look, it's got the like Bible alcoves. What do you call those things? Notches. That needs glued down. Jan Florence. Whoa. Smells like another time. Springfield, Massachusetts. Dictionary of discriminated synonyms with antonyms and analogous and contrasted words. Wow. 51. Yeah, like I don't even know. How did this come into my life? Free box, book pile. This was from a book pile at Monsanto High School, I think, actually. I'm going to kick out the Scott Tippany one for a minute. It's just a little too specific. I'm going to say, let's look up a word. And maybe if they all tell us something different, it's worth me continuing to own all these. I think it is. Apparently now I'm a thesaurus collector. Thesauri, is that the right plural? Let's pick something easy, like... cool. Okay, I'm thinking of definition 2 here. Calm, unruffled, imperturbable, composed. Oh, also definition 4. Excellent, neat, keen, groovy. See excellent. Play it cool. Hold back, underplay, exercise, restrain. See restrain. Restrain, see restrain. Unruffled. Where'd it go? Unruffled, imperturbable, composed. See calm. Huh. Excellent, neat, keen, groovy. This one seems the same as that other one. Oh, they are both Webster's. Huh. Interesting. Still keeping them both. Sentimental reasons. Useful reasons. Okay, now let's try. This is Webster's again. 1940s, it's not here. Crazy. It's still like being used in jazz clubs and stuff at that point. Primarily, probably, in that way. What a beautiful book. This book cover kind of reminds me of Italo Calvino describing the beauty of tools in his book, Why Should a Person Read the Classics? And how they're just so pretty in their basic utility. It's a very just utility cover, but look at it. It looks so nice. Love matte, saturated colors. No cool. This is a different sort of book, I guess. I looked up neat to see if that would be like a version of cool. Nope. Tidy, orderly. This one's old. There's a lot for cool in this one. See, this is why I say don't use a big thesaurus usually. If you're in a writing groove, this is the last thing you need. Oh, look, they quote Joseph Conrad. In her composed, schooled manner, she despised and disliked both father and daughter exceedingly. Conrad. Cool, composed, collected, unruffled, imperturbable, nonchalant. We saw that in Webster's. Oh, this is Webster's too. Webster's. Lost my place. Oh well. What do we have here? Roget. So it's really Webster's versus Roget. I have 4 Webster's and 2 Rogers. That's interesting to me. The book nerd. Let's check out cool in here. Not a very satisfying cool definition or thesauri list of synonyms. 31. Yeah. Okay, I picked something wrong, but it's still very interesting and telling. As is that in my life anyway, Webster has been twice as common when it comes to thesauruses as Roget has. Glad I have them all though. Okay. Now they're home again. I don't know. Yeah, what is this book collection? Why do I have all these books? I think my life and the existences of these books just all intersect for a little while. Eventually I'll die, they'll scatter. Entropy will claim them all, eventually. But books represent so much, education, knowledge, collected wisdom, the ability to know things when you need it. Saving knowledge and wisdom and ideas and experiences and not just throwing them away. That's what a book collection represents on some level. I suppose that is a service that this channel offers, I was thinking about renaming it something like Our Books or something and being like, if you follow this channel, they're your books too. That's cheesy. But I do, it is a way of sharing what there is here. Anyway, these are big questions that writers and book collectors have to ask themselves. How many thesauruses should a person own? At what point does it become morally wrong to just be obsessed with collecting thesauruses? Probably at no point, because you become a serious collector. Why not? You learn something about the world. See infinity in a grade of sand. Eternity in a moment. You know, sometimes people like to sling the book hoarder phrase at me, IRL, you know? I'm like, first of all, I had 11,000 and I got rid of 2/3 of them. I would say that I'm not that much of a materialist. Secondly, I would say if you're going to collect something, why not things that make you smarter and expand yourself as a being and that fit neatly on a shelf? If I could get it to be high res, I'd love to make a life-size poster of this case. Sell it as channel merch on Etsy or something. Maybe have a cat sitting on top of it. Okay, how many Thesauruses should a person own? Gotta go record a podcast. Later. Oh, donate via PayPal if you want. If anyone has extra money or ability. I'm at Michael Farrell Smith, spelling in the description of this channel. I'm at one of those points in my life right now where like $300 or $400 would really, really, really save me in a million ways. I'm like a guy walking around in a Grateful Dead tour parking lot looking for a miracle. Also, where else do you get the hard-hitting content like how many Thesauruses should a person have? These are important topics. I moved all the old writing books to this section. Pretty. All right, peace out, folks. Hope you're all doing great.